right, friends, you have seen the heavy groups. Now you will see morning maniac music. Believe me, yeah. It's a new dawn. Yeah, the regular guys. And Nicky Hopkins.
Okay, go ahead.
My name is Sidney Westerville. I'm the owner of this antique tavern, Mungat Valley, New York State. I was here when this crowd really came. We expected 50,000 a day, and there must have been 1 million. I myself was hungry for 2 days because I couldn't get any food, and I couldn't go out to buy any food. I was eating cornflakes for 2 days. And the kids were wonderful. I have no kick. It was sir this and sir that, and thank you this and thank you that. Nobody can complain about the kids. This thing was too big. It was too big for the world. Nobody has ever seen a thing like this. And when they see this picture in the news, over the moving pictures, they'll really see something.
They're beautiful people. Beautiful people.
And we had a very pleasant conversation with a few of them this morning. They're very nice.
Hey, one thing for the young people, they've been very nice, all of them, so far. Very nice.
What do you think about the kids? From what I've heard from the outside sources for many years, I was very, very much surprised. And I'm very happy to say we think the people of this country should be proud of these kids, notwithstanding the way they dress or the way they wear their hair. That's their own personal business. But their inner workings, their inner selves, their self-demeanor cannot be questioned. They can't be questioned as good American citizens.
That kind of surprising coming from a cop.
I'm not a cop, I'm a chief of police.
Thank you.
Saturday night, we got word over at WVOS that a lot of kids in town didn't have anything to eat. Word went out that everybody should contribute food. We went over to the park, and the village permitted them to camp there. Police car went up the street here with a loudspeaker and told the kids to come up there. We fed them Saturday night.
How do you feel about that?
Very good. I have a 19-year-old myself. He's out on the coast, and I felt that we got to give him a fair shake here. Kids are hungry. You got to feed them.
I was giving them water all along the road here, right up on the bridge, and they were right up front. Very lovely children, believe me.
There was pictures. If you took 500 adults and brought them together and they had plenty of booze, you know what would have happened?
I'm a farmer. I don't know. I don't know how to speak to 20 people at one time, let alone a crowd like this. But I think you people have proven something to the world. Is that 500,000 kids, and I call you kids because I have children older than you are. 500,000 young people can get together and have 3 days of fun and music, and have nothing but fun and music, and I God bless you for it.
All right, everybody, just sit down, wrap yourself up. We're going to have to ride it out. Hold on to your neighbor, man. Please get off those towers. We don't need any extra weight on them. Please move away from the towers. The lamps. Put the mic stands down on the floor. Cover all the equipment. Let's keep it nice and cool. We'll be back with Country Joe in just a second as soon as we can get set up. It's got to blow through. Try to keep yourself comfortable and keep an eye on the towers. Hey, cut the power up here, all right? Where? It's where? All right, we're going to have to turn on some microphones for a minute. Hang in there with us. God bless you. Watch those towers. Still tower. Somebody may have noticed, or all of you may have noticed, our familiar colored helicopter over there. The United States Army has lent us some medical teams and giving us a hand. They're with us, man. They are not against us. They are with us. They're here to give us all a hand and help us.
As we left the site, my last image of the festival was a huge peace symbol that was made out of garbage. And then the next image was landing at the bank, seeing all these faces.
If we left the garbage lying around, that we would not only tarnish our own good names, but that we would undo whatever good had come from Woodstock itself, and that would stand for the irresponsibility of overprivileged kids. And so we made a decision that under no circumstances would we ever go bankrupt, and we never did.
A lot of parents wrote to him and asked him whether he could help them find their child. There are a lot of runaways in that audience. A lot of these kids hadn't spoken to their parents in years. When he would come in to visit me, I was living on 7th Avenue and 14th Street on the edge of Greenwich Village at the time. Kids would see him and they'd mob him. He was a rock star. He was Max. And there was only one Max. They'd come up to the farm and he'd ask them, "How are you doing with your folks?" Because I don't talk to my folks. He said, "Well, you're going to do something for me." And if he asked, they would. And he said, "You're going to write a letter to your folks." And they said, but no. He said, "You're going to write a letter and you're going to send it to me. And I'm going to send it to your folks without telling them where you are. But I want them to know you're alive and well. And if they write back, I'll get it to you without them ever knowing." A couple of years later, just before he died, he told me that one of his most rewarding things in life was the hundreds of kids who got put back together with their parents as a result of that.